flow of things at a meeting 2 weeks before a hearing, during citizens' communications, where someone comes up and starts to basically have ex parte communication, if you would, outside of a hearing proceeding. And you would catch on to that, Mayor, and say, I think you're talking about the zone change hearing that's scheduled for 2 weeks from now. This would be out of order now. Under the appearance of fairness, we need to make sure that the testimony is provided and all of the parties are present at the duly noticed hearing, and not at, if it was quasi-judicial. If it's a broad zone change affecting multiple properties and the comments are broadly articulated, then it's legislative and it will be fine for them to do that. So if you start to notice somebody making comments specific to a quasi-judicial proceeding outside of that proceeding, then that will be out of order, even if it's a citizen. It could put us at serious risk later on in the appeals process and cost us. Section 8, getting close to the end here, two more sections after this. This basically deals with how you will fill a vacancy if a council vacancy occurs. It points to the RCW, that you'll have, that you'll widely distribute and publish the notice, that you'll set a deadline, you'll take letters of interest, and that you will conduct interviews. There's some information on specifics about how you close the comments in the interest of time. They get a couple minutes, and then you will, in an open meeting, make the selection. Then it also goes on to talk about this alternate mayor pro tem that I'll research for you. I know what that's really all about. Then section 9 talks about the creation of committees, boards, and commissions. Here's a case in 9.1 where the rules already talk about the fact that you can't be inconsistent with your own code here. But you could basically create committees, boards, and commissions to assist in your conduct of the operations of the city business at any time, basically, and create their membership and select their members. They could be special committees, special commissions for single purpose, or you could create something. But if it's already in the code, you have to change your code to do something different than is already there. You can see in 9.2 it talks about it ceasing to exist upon the accomplishment of the special purpose, if it was for a special purpose. And that's advisory. Talks about removal. And then finally, in section 10, at any time, as a point of order, a councilor could move that a provision of these rules be temporarily suspended. Then you would vote on that. I imagine there could be the occasion to do that in some special circumstance where it makes sense to set aside one of your own rules in order to get on with something. And then, as we're doing here, formally right now, just for discussion, but I suspect you'll be making some amendments to these rules, and they will be entered into the record at a meeting, and then you'll vote on them at the next meeting.
And hopefully duly signed and annotated and gone to the
That
vault.
will sign. There's an appendix that's referred to, which basically provides guidance to our constituents about how to effectively participate with your council and how to potentially organize your input.
Dave, to speak to the third bullet, however, you will be asked to speak from the podium. I don't see where it says anywhere in here that Sean can change that for Barbara, who has an impairment, but should we address?
It's in there
It's in the
somewhere.
rules part, but you're right, it's not in this appendix. Yeah, but in the rules part, it says if you require accommodation, then we'll take care of that. Thank you. We should probably put that in the appendix too, because I think it's a handout. And it talks about here again, it talks about the recorder.
You'll change all of those.
Yeah, you can search and destroy for recorder. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no.
I'm very sorry. I didn't realize that this meeting, it's important, because your rules are very important.
You might think about it somewhere in here, just putting the asterisk next to clerk and note that could be clerk or designee or, but not retyped in every single one.
Right.
The definition of who the clerk is.
Put it up front, yeah.
Questions, thoughts, comments? I think it would have been cool to have this about 10 months ago.
Yeah. And one thing I wanted to point out, and every time I go through this, some different things bounce around in my mind. I didn't approach these rules with the notion of an overhaul, reorganizing it, and kind of really going for it. The approach that I took was that tweaks in its current form. And there's a couple things in here that, I don't know, I think I would like to see eventually for you, and I hope to bring to you at some point. I don't think it's the highest priority. Maybe a reorganized way, and maybe some different things. But it is based on a model, and it serves its purpose, obviously, but.
I want to thank you for the work that you've done.
Yeah.
Sean, thank you for, this is really kind of not in the scope of things that you're probably used to working on, but I appreciate it. You did a good job.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Especially given the fact at 3 o'clock today, you didn't know what he was gonna say. I closed my door and figured this out.
Well, I didn't have my PowerPoint. You probably noticed with me, if I have some, I don't know what it is, but someone had printed on my brain that if I'm doing something, I always have a PowerPoint. I guess it was just an expectation, but it didn't really add a lot of value. It was really, this is what did.
But it added value for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it made me feel like safe, I guess, when I have my PowerPoint crutch, so.
Well, no, I second John's comment. I mean, this is one of those things that it truly takes somebody who is not part of this group to lead through and everything else, and even whether you're just being here a short period, you tackled it pretty dang well.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Okay, so this will come back, intended that this will come back towards us on the 4th of October. About the only item that I need to take up any time with you on is the Economic Development Joint Meeting with Camas, Washougal, and the Port, this next Monday, 4:30, second floor of the Camas Library. I know Molly won't be able to be
Right.
in attendance. And that's all that I've got.
Were we going to 6, 4:30 to 6, is that?
Intended 4:30 to 6 at the latest.
Right, and
So
then
we've
back
got
here
time
for
to.
7. Okay.
E-Verify, John, you want to?
Yeah, I just wanted to just give an update on that and kind of see if we can drag this on to the next another workshop as well. The county commissioners at the last meeting, all 3 of them agreed to lower their threshold to a 0 amount for their contractors. They verbally made that suggestion, instructed the county administrator to move forward on drafting language to that effect. We should be seeing something out of them within, I would say, by the end of the month. And I would like for Jeanette, if that would be okay, to look at that language and see if it's something that we can just adopt to ours, to be consistent.
Sure.
So, thank you.